In this video, we will talk about object class in Java. So, there is a class called object, named object in Java. So, we will talk about that. So, you might get out why are you specifically or giving so much attention to the object class? Because there are lots of classes that exist in Java, right? Java consists of classes. Why are you specifically giving importance to object? Because object is the superclass for all classes in Java. So what is mean by that? Let's say in the previous example, we already spoke about animal example, right? So what had happened? You have animal as a superclass and then you have subclasses that extends animal, like canine extends animal and then dog extends canine. Dog extends canine. See, if you see here what is happening, dog is extending canine. So you go to canine. Canine is the superclass and canine is extending the animal. You go to the superclass animal. And here animal is not extending anything. Then you might think that okay, animal is not extending anything. Animal is the superclass. That is the first class that exists in the inheritance tree. But it is not so. Like let's say you declare a class and if it is not extending anything, Java by default make this class extends object. Okay. So object is the superclass. Object is the superclass, and if your class is not extending anything, then Java internally it makes this class extend object. So how the hierarchical structure looks like is, let's say object is the superclass. This is the object is the superclass and it has like maybe it can have multiple children, multiple subclasses, everything, but object class is the one that stands at the top level. Okay, even if you're not explicitly doing that, Java takes care of that. Let's say like whatever the objects that are present in the object class that should be used that can be used by all subclasses in Java. Now if you see, animal is not extending anything, and since animal is not extending anything, by default Java what it does is it makes this animal extend object. So when animal extends object, whatever the methods that are present in the object class, those will be used by animal, right? Because whenever you say extends, whatever the methods that are present in the superclass, those will be used by subclasses, right? Now let's go to canine. Canine is extending animal. Since animal is already extending the object class and animal is already using the object methods, those methods will all automatically inherited by canine as well. So object methods will be used by canine as well. And let's go to the dog. Dog is extending the canine. Since canine has already object methods, so object methods will will be used by dog as well. So, since object is the superclass, whatever methods that you define in the object class will be used by everyone, like every class. If your class is not extending anything, then assume that your class by default extends object class. Okay. Now, like even though you don't write like this, but Java internally does this. Java internally thinks that it is extending the object. So why are you like, since it is the superclass, now we already know, right? Superclass is a class where you put all the common methods that will be used by all the subclasses. So Java also what it thinks is, since it is creating a superclass object, it thinks that what are the methods that will be used by all subclasses. Like if you add these methods, that would, like it thinks that okay, let's say I add this method to the object class, that would be beneficial for every subclass. So it has figured out few methods like that which will be beneficial to all subclasses, and it has taken out few methods like that and then it added in the object class. So object class contains important methods that will be used by each and every subclass or each and every class in Java except object. All classes, be it the library classes or be it your own classes, all classes uses methods in the object because that is the superclass. Let's see what is happening in this object class. Now if you look at this object class here, right, you have many methods, like you have get class method, hash code method, and then equals method, clone method, toString method. There are lots of methods like notify method. These are all related to thread concept, like notify all. These are all related to the threads. Wait and then wait. These are all related to the thread concepts. Since we haven't discussed about the threads, we will talk about these thread methods later. Okay. Now we will, in this video, we will specifically concentrate about 4 methods in the Java. So these methods are super useful. Equals method, get class method, hash code method and toString method. Let's see what is the importance or what is the functionality of each and every method. First, let's see about the string method. Now let us see. What I'll do is I'll create one object and then I'll use these methods. I'll invoke these methods. Let's say I create animal equal to new animal. Now I did not make this animal as an abstract. Just assume this as a concrete class. Now let me do string of. So out.println. Then what is it actually giving? Animal.toString of. It is working because since you are using since animal is extending object, toString of method is present in the object class and you can use that. So if I run this one, what it is doing? Let's see. Now this is the this is the output of the string method. So what string method is doing is the default implementation that is present in the string method is toString method. It is giving the class name like package name and the class name org.example.animal. This is the animal we are using it, right? Package name dot class name and then it is adding some random number. Okay. Let's try for another class dog equal to new dog of. Now see what it will print. System.out.println dog.toString of. Let's see what happens here. So if you see here what it is printing. For animal it has printed org.example.animal because org.example is the package.class. For dog it has printed package.classname and some string. So toString of default implementation is package name.classname some random string. Let's suppose let's consider one more example, because sometimes what we do is we assign a superclass reference variable and then we create the subclass objects, right? Let's see in that case what it will print. Does it print the reference variable class or does it print the object class? Let's see that. System.out.println of animal1.object of toString of. Okay. Now if you see here what it is doing, it is printing the animal1.toString of. Here it is printing the object class, not the reference variable class. Because see, like each and every class will have this toString of, right? Because animal is extending the object. So if animal is extending the object, cat also, the toString of method will be inherited by cat as well. So first preference will be given to the lowest level, right? As we have already discussed in the inheritance tree, lowest one methods implementations are given the preference. So first it will give the preference to the method that is present in the cat op. So here it will not consider the reference variable. It will print the object thing, not the animal thing. Now, like if it would have considered the reference variable class, it would have printed org.example.animal. But it did not do that. It considered the objects one. So it had printed org.example.cat@string. So this is the default implementation that is present in the object class. But you can override. Like this method, if you consider the object method, let's consider the toString. We will see whether this is a final method or not. If the method is final, then you cannot override it, right? So if you see toString of method is not the final method. If you don't like this implementation and if you want to add your own implementation, you can do that in your class. Okay. Now even if you look here, it is doing get class of .get name of @ and it is adding some hash code. Okay. Now let's see about the get class and get class of method and the hash code method. So here we have created this get class of hash code method, right? Let's see what does get class of method does. Let's go to this and then we will write get class of. Okay, get class of. Get class of. Now let's run. So get class of method, what it does is it will print class and then it will print the package name dot class name. See, for the first one, it took the object. Like, remember that it considers the object class, not the reference variable class. So this object is the animal. That's why it has printed org.example.animal. And also here also it considered the object one, not the reference variable. Here both reference variable and object are same. So for the first two statements it doesn't matter. But for the third one, since reference variable and cat are different, you will get the difference. And the second one, it has considered the dog, so it had printed dog. And for the third one, it has considered the object one, that's why it has printed org.example.cat. Okay. So so what is this get class of doing? Get class of is just printing the class of the object. Now let's see what is the implementation that is present in the object one. Get class of. So if you see here, this is the final native class, but as we have already seen here, this is the final class. You should not override the implementation of the get class of method. Now let's see this. Here this method is not like you cannot override this, but equals you can toString of you can override, because we have just seen, right? In the toString of method, you can, it's not a final method, you can override it. You can add your own implementation for toString. Okay. ToString you can override it, but get class of you cannot override it. Get class of method will give you the package name dot class name. Okay. Now let's see the hash code method. Okay. What is this hash code doing? Animal dot hash code of. Animal dot dog dot hash code of and animal one dot hash code of. Okay. So if you run this, it is giving some hash value. So why are you, like, you might get the doubt that why are we even using this method? Now, if you don't have an idea, that's fine. But usually in Java, we have maps, right? So for maps and all, you use the hash value of a particular object, okay? So there in the hash tables and all, we will use this hash value that we will discuss later. So hash code generates some random value. It has some hash value, and this value will be used in hash tables, hash maps and all that we will discuss later. Let's see the implementation that is present in object class for hash code. Okay, if you look at hash code of method, see, this is not a, like, you can override the hash code method. Okay, you can override this, because it's not declared final. If your method is declared final, then that is the final implementation. Even the subclasses should not override it. So hash code is also an overridable method. You can override and you can add your own logic. Get class is not, you cannot override the get class, but hash code and toString of you can override it. Now, since we have already discussed about the toString, what it has printed? It has printed class name plus hash code, right? Now what we will do is, we will just copy these separately, okay? We'll just copy this separately. Yeah, so let's do this. We will copy these values separately and we will see, okay? So I'll add toString of here, and then I'll add toString of here. And let me print this toString of. So here what it is doing, it has printed class name @ some value. Now if you go to the object class and look for the toString, what is happening? It is actually doing the get class of method. So in the get class of method, you are getting the package name dot class name, plus it is doing @ and then what it is doing, it is converting the hash code to the integer hex string, and then it is printing that. So basically toString method is using the two methods which we have already discussed, get class of method and the hash code method. And even you can override this toString as well, okay? And let's consider the last method called equals method. What is this equals method do? Let's see what is the default implementation that is present in the object class, okay? Equals. So if you see, let's equals of object dot equals. Yeah, if you consider this, it is returning this equal to object. And if you see the equals method here, this is not a final method. You can override and you can add your own implementation. And how equals object equals method works is, let's say it considered whether or not. Okay, let's say animal is referring one object. Let me draw this. Let's say you have two objects, okay, and you have a single reference variable. You have two reference variables, reference 1 and reference 2. And if both reference variables are referring to the same object, then you can say that these two are the same. These two are the same. This is the default implementation that is given, okay. If two reference variables are referring to the same object, then this equals method will return true. If let's say this reference variable is referring to this object and if this reference variable is referring to this object, then it will return false. Let's see how that works. So what we have done, we need not do this one. Animal equal to animal and dog equal to dog. Now let's see whether these two return true or false. System.out.println animal dot equals dog of. Let's see whether this will give you true or false. So if you see here, it is giving the false because animal is referring to animal object and dog is referring to dog objects. Here both objects are different. That's why it had written false. Let me do one thing. Let me create another reference variable animal dot since we already have one more reference variable here, right? Animal 1. Instead of creating the new cat, what I'll do is I'll assign this reference variable. So when I assign this reference variable, what does it mean? Whatever the object it is referring to, that object will be referenced by animal 1 as well. When you assign animal to this animal 1, whatever the object that is getting referenced here, the same thing will be referenced by this as well. Let's see whether animal dot animal 1 will return true or false. Equals of animal 1. So for the first one, it is returning the false because animal, it is referring to animal and it is referring to dog. Both are different objects. But this statement is giving true because this is referring to this new animal and this is also referring to this new animal. So that's why it is returning true. And now, so we have understood, right? Equals of method is comparing it is comparing whether the two objects are same or not. Because you compare the reference variables, right? If both reference variables refer to the same objects, then equals of method will return true, else it will return false. Now, if you look here, get class of method is final method and you cannot override it. Get class of method, what it is doing, it is giving you the package name dot class name, and that is the implementation that everyone will get and you should not override it. And equals method, hash code method, string method, these are not final methods. And Java strongly recommends you to override these methods and add your own implementation. Okay. Why is that so? Let's say if you see here, you have printed dot string. Let's say if you have printed dog.toString of, what it has done, it has given the class name @ hash code. ToString implementation we have already seen here, right? ToString. It is giving the class name @ some value. Does it make sense? No, it will not make sense, right? Because you are referring to string of and it is giving the class name, and this class name you will get even if you invoke the get class of method, right? Then why are you using the ToString of method if it is not providing any additional information, right? So see, this is just the default implementation. What you can do is you can override the ToString of method and you can add your own implementation. How that can be done? Let's say you have a dog object and you have two private variables like string name, and then you can consider int hunger level. Okay, hunger level. Now I'm giving the default values, but you should not use it. Test dog. And then you have this hunger level as 5. Okay. Now few people, what they want is, if they do the ToString of method, they might want to get the state of the dog. What is mean by state? State is nothing but the instance variable values, right? So in this case, what you can do is you can public string ToString of, what you can do is and then you can return name plus hunger. You can return name is, like let's say what you can return is name is, and then name plus hunger is, and then you can return hunger. Okay, you can return hunger. So let me do this dog.toString. Let me do whether this what will happen. Now what I have done toString of. Now what it is printing, toString of is printing the name and then the hunger level. Okay, now if you have done like this, like where you have overridden the string of method and added the state, then it would be useful. Like if someone wants the state of the object, what they can do is instead of going to each and every variable and printing it, they can just get dog.toString of. toString can give state. It is one of the implementation that people usually follow. If you want another implementation, you can do that as well. Because if you follow the default implementation where it is printing the class at the rate hash code, it is not giving you any specific information. So instead of that, you can use this, like toString of can print the instance variable values, which would be useful for you. Okay. So using this, you can override the toString of method and you can add your own values. And one more thing is equals of what it is doing. It is comparing two objects, two reference variables are same or not. It is considering whether that is the same object or not. But sometimes what you want is, let's say if dog1 has name, these are the two instance variables, right? Name and the hunger. Let's say you want to make two objects equal if both name and the hunger levels are equal or not. You want your equals operation function in such a way that if the instance variables values are same for two objects, then you might want equals to return true. But that is not happening currently, right? Because let's say why that is not happening currently. Now I have created dog first one and then new dog of. Now if you see here, dog and the dog1 both have the same instance variables, because name and the hunger level we have defaulted it. So since we have defaulted, both will have the same values. If I run equals of dog1, it will return false. Let's see here. It will return false. It will return false because it is considering whether two objects are same or not. It is not considering the values that are present inside. Now let's say you want two objects to be equal if the values are same. Then what you can do is you can override the implementation. Okay, you can override the implementation and then you can write this like public boolean equals of dog. Then what it can do is, if dog dot hunger dot equals of this dot hunger, okay, and okay, this is the integer value, right? That's fine. And dog dot name dot equals of this dot name, then you might want to return true. Here what it is happening, if two objects values are equal, then you are returning, else return false. Okay, see, you override the implementation, you override the equals method and do this. Now let's run this dog dot equals of. So if you see here, now it is returning true. What it is doing, it is a dog dot equals of. It is going to this first dog method and it is returning, like it is invoking the equals of method by passing this dog1 object. So it is taking this dog object dot equals of, it's going and it is passing this dog1 as a parameter, and inside this it is considering whatever the parameter you have passed, that hunger level with this particular object hunger level, and then it is considering the name as well, and if both are equal, it is returning true. Like sometimes you want this kind of implementation. You don't want whether those objects are equal or not. You just want whether the state is same or not. You might want this implementation as well, right? So in this case, what you can do is you can override the implementation. Now you would have seen, right? you have overridden these toString of method and equals of method, and you got the information which would be useful for you. Okay, because the default implementation that is provided by the toString doesn't make sense, right? And let's consider the hash code. So now hash code, like by default it is giving the hash code. Sometimes what you want is, maybe you have too many objects and your hash codes are matching, which is resulting in a problem. So in that case, you might want, like hash code logic, you might want, let's say you want hash codes between 0 and 100. You don't want this such big number. And in that case, what you can do is, you can as well, and you can do that. Okay. Now, so what we have discussed till now, object is the super class of all classes. Like if your class is not extending anything, by default internally Java does extends object. So if it extends objects, all the methods that are present in the object will be reused by animal. And all the subclasses of this animal will also use the object methods, because animal is extending the object. And object has so many methods, like related to the threads, and then these 4 important methods. We will cover about the thread methods later. And coming to these 2 methods, equals get class, hash code, and toString. Get class of method will print the package name dot class name, and hash code will give you some hex value, hash value, and toString of default implementation is class name @ hash code. Since that is not much useful, what you can do is you can override it. And equals of method will compare whether 2 reference variables are referring to the same object or not. Okay. Now get class of method is final method and you cannot override that. But whereas the other 3 methods are not final, and Java strongly suggests you to override those methods and add your own implementation. Okay. Yeah, that's it about the object class. Thank you.